Ain't talking about jail. Money get counted, like I'm paying the bill. Straight out of Harris County. Ain't talking about Houston. I'm in Georgia with dogs and tigers. I'm from the county. Ain't talking about jail. Money get counted, like I'm paying the bill. Straight out of Harris County. Ain't talking about Houston. I'm in Georgia with dogs and tigers.
Hey, welcome into Kudzu Sports. I'm your host, Rick Beach, here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. I'd like to thank our sponsor for today, the Whistling Pig up in Pine Mountain. I'd like to thank the Elliott family, all their support with Kudzu Sports and Georgia, Alabama Sports Live throughout football season. Can't believe football season is already wrapped up, regular season-wise. Softball going to the Elite Eight in Columbus. They kick off Wednesday. Flag football's hitting its stride with the region play coming on. It started last week towards the end of the week. So there's a lot going on. We got a couple more cross-country meets, I believe. Then wrestling starts. I believe next week got their the week after this one coming up. They got their black and gold scrimmage coming up, which is a great event. Always tell people you need to check that out. Especially, they got all the kids wrestling middle school on up. It's just a great event. You'll see all, the boys and the girls. So it's over at the STC, the Science Technology Center, the old middle school, the old high school. So you can go by there in the back of the gym and check out Coach Moore and Coach Wingard, Coach Rowan, all their great athletes to have on wrestling in a couple weeks. But this week coming up is going to be a big for the county because softball is in the Elite Eight. That starts Wednesday. They play at 5 o'clock. And hopefully they're playing Saturday for that state championship. I can't imagine South Commons won't just have black and gold loaded down in it all week from Wednesday through Saturday, expecting big crowds getting there. I'm excited about going there Friday and Saturday. Wednesday, we got flag football home game. We got region matchup with Troup County and LaGrange coming down. So flag's got a huge game Wednesday. These are big games for region, try to get that seeding for the playoffs. And your goal is always to make the playoffs, but you do want to have good seeding and try to win that coin toss, that ever important coin toss in GHSA. Lewufo family, Milton, senior night was last Friday. Great event. Family gave me another one. I have one right there from last year. This one was great. Came with some macadamia nuts and candy and a cool little Kudzu Sports logo to wear on there. It's a pretty neat gift. I appreciate them and their Milton and his whole family. They've been great all season. See them right there sitting in the same spot right before I go up to call the games. We managed to call every game. Every Harris County game was broadcasted this season. That's 10 games. Thanks for Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Got to thank the big sponsors that made that possible. You had State Farm Agent Rick Knight and Harris County Sheriff's Office. And don't forget the Brashears Kubotas, Derek Moxley Concrete, Moss and Son Feed, CareLikeColin.org. It's just, everybody that pitched in, Roadrunner Roofing, Lisa Scully, Real Estate, Starling Southern Real Estate. They've been huge for softball and some for football too. But to pull off 10 games, find another school. Find another school in this area that broadcasts 10 games, streamed them live for their fan base, their community, for their county. You can't. Harris County was able to do it. It was an honor to be able to be on the calls for those games. And, we're looking forward to getting more, looking forward to basketball, looking forward to doing some wrestling events, looking forward to doing soccer. Then, of course, baseball is going to be real big with us again. Then they'll roll right into next football season. That's how quick this thing goes. This week, I mentioned going to be there hopefully on Friday and Saturday if Harris County makes it that long. When Harris County makes it that long, excited. We can't stream the games live. Unfortunately we can't do that. We're throwing some ideas around. Anybody that knows me, then how about Brandon Schwobel, the producer, Georgia Alabama Sports Live, with the production we put out Friday night. I went home, watched some of it. The graphics, little things like the weather, the starting lineup, the captains, multiple cameras, the sound, everything that Brandon put together was phenomenal. And, he told me he did it just because he loves the county. He's done I think he did 6 or 7 games with me this year for the county, and he just fell in love with the place coming up here. And y'all motivated him. All the support that we've been getting, all the good comments we get on YouTube and Facebook, it motivated Brandon to say, "Hey, I want to step my game up. I want to show what I'm capable of doing, and let's put something special together for senior night." So we had the scroller with all the names going the whole game. We decided to show the 50-yard line where Miss Snyder was handing out the flowers. You saw Coach, Mindy Johnson and Christy Bradley down there. There's awesome, family. Everything's family in the county, and we're down there. It's just awesome to be able to bring that. So thanks to Brandon for stepping up and showing that we can put out some good stuff. And hey, I say it all the time. Nobody does it like the county. So we're gonna try something, even though we can't stream. We're gonna try something at South Commons to get y'all some content from how special this is. This is the third year in a row that Harris County's made it to the Elite Eight in softball. It needs all the attention that it deserves. And there's trying to get that first state championship since 2000. It's going to be tough. We know what's waiting on the other side. Now you still got 6 other, Harris County North Sides with the talk of the town, and that matchup potentially coming up Saturday. But Ola got there for a reason. East Side got there for a reason. There's schools there that you got to look up for. They're landmines that can blow up at any time if you step on them at the wrong time. And that's what Harris County's got to look out for, as their goal is to make it to Saturday, but don't step on any landmines in between, and try not to fall in that loser's bracket. That's what's happened the last couple of years. And you just wear yourself out to get to that championship game. So if we could avoid that, try to get in there nice and easy on Saturday, be great. And not easy like easy task, easy on your body, not having to play extra games. So that's going to be huge. Congratulations to Coach Jenkins, that entire coaching staff. Coach Branch, Coach Harper, Coach Wingard have done great with those girls. And, man, you can't say enough about that team. That was a phenomenal team, top to bottom. That Harris had 2 losses. I think it's 26-2. They hicked up at Cambridge, forced it to a game 3, but our girl Hook just come in there, slammed the door on them. Great pitching performance between game 1 and game 3 that she pitched both of them. Gave 1 hit between the 2 games. Phenomenal. Offense was on fire. They lost the game 5-4 on game 2, but they came right back out to get the 11 runs in game 3. So the girls are hot at the right time. Keeping them hot is going to be key. Nobody can do that better than Coach Jenkins, we're sure of. And that's, we got faith that he's going to have them girls ready to roll Wednesday. Also, I mentioned the flag football game Wednesday. Football, no games Friday. Everybody else in the region's playing their final games this Friday. Harris County's off. But thankfully, with the big 41-0 win over Monday's Mill and Northside getting beat 41-7 by Jonesboro, that locked us into the playoffs. So there's an outside possibility Harris County could finish 7-3 and not make the playoffs, which would have been incredible and unheard of for something like that to happen. But fortunately for the county, they lost down to 27, and we're going to go into the playoffs. It's looking like potentially Creekside, who made it to the championship last year in 5A, lost to Coffee County. Sorry about that. I had a little hiccup on my brain. Lost to Coffee County. Going to be a great matchup. We come from the toughest region in 4A. What better way to prove that than to go in as a 4 seed and throw an upset that first round? Harris County had 1 road win in the playoffs a few years ago against Dutchtown. You might remember that was the Katie Hutchinson, who's at Western Kentucky. He returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Cooper Corey was quarterback, had like 4 touchdown passes. He's the quarterback coach now for the high school. So, I mean, you can go on the road and win, but going to Creekside is going to be tough. But there's no other team, no other mental toughness that it takes to do that. The mental toughness it takes to go on the road, especially in the playoffs. Give me a Coach Watson coach team any day with that. Because physically and mental toughness, them boys have it. So we're excited about doing that. We're also going to try to do something special there, even though we can't broadcast it. We're going to try to bring content to the county is the main thing that we're focused on. Whether it be Kudzu Sports, the coaches show, which I know I've been slacking because I'm also trying to coach that flag football team. So schedule gets a little jarred up, but I'm trying to give y'all as much Harris County content as I can. And I want to go to these events that we can't broadcast and say, this is what's going on. This is how these kids are looking. This is what we're facing. And, just have a feel of what it's like there. So we're hopefully can do some of them things. We're excited about that. And, other than that, with flag football Wednesday, football in 2 weeks, but softball, that's the biggest thing. Our biggest thing is everybody go to South Commons when Harris County's playing and go watch Harris County. Go down there in black and gold, make noise, support the girls. And it's also it's like an intimidation thing. You can intimidate some of these other schools like, holy crap, look at all the support this team has. You know it's going to be a lot of red, white, and blue there for the other school. They're going to be that north side's going to pack out. We know north side's going to pack out down there. Harris County's got to go down there and pack it out themselves. We've been the last couple of years been crowded. It's been some nice crowds down there. Let's just face it. Harris County put some good crowds, but we can do better. We can pack it out. We can make it louder. We can show these girls that we're backing them up. We got their back just like we did at home. That softball field, Tiger Field, was just screaming a couple times this year. Think back early in the year, August actually, the Northside game where Coach Jenkins said it was estimated around 500 people was at a softball game in Harris County. That's awesome. Let's have that energy in this Elite Eight. And I know the county's going to bring the juice and pack it out and give these girls the support and, the love that they need to, push them. When you get in these double elimination tournaments, your back gets to the wall. You want to give up. It's nothing like having somebody behind you, like having some crowd noise, having people supporting you, having people pushing you. And that helps tremendously. And that's what we're all about. All about in the county. We support one another. We pick each other up. And that's what we're going to do for these girls and hold their hands and just be right there with them, trying to get to that finish line of that elusive state championship. We'll just flat say what it is. It's been elusive the last couple of years. So we're going to try to chase it down and grab a hold of that thing and bring it back to the county, which would be incredible. It'd be an awesome feat. We're excited about it. I know this whole season, the county is rolling, won 13 games to start the season. Then they keep rolling. And it was like, okay, we're having fun in the regular season, but the real season is going to be when the playoffs start. Then you get the Midtown team. Then you go to Cambridge. And now, hey, this is what we've been waiting on. And I'm excited as hell for it. I can't wait to get there this weekend. I can't wait for it to start on Wednesday and just see how well these girls can perform. It's not new hat to them. They've been here. They've been in these games. So it's not new to them going to South Commons, going to the pressure that comes with some of this. The older girls are going to handle it well. Younger girls get the experience, and that's great. Even if you are a freshman, say Addie Seaman, Ainsley Weaver, some of these girls that are the courtesy runners. This is an incredible atmosphere to be a part of, even if you're in the dugout. But when you get on that field, they're going to feel you can play all the travel ball tournaments you want. You can go to all the travel ball stuff, showcases. But when it comes down to state playoffs, high school softball, man, it's a different kind of juice that these girls are going to have the experience. I'm excited for the girls to experience that. Riley Huckabee and Lindsley Brown and Landy Dansby and Grace Guthrie and Lanny Guthrie, they've experienced this. Miller Daniels, a sophomore, she's experienced it. So these freshmen get to go down there and experience it. Just helps for the future, man. It's incredible. So excited about that this weekend. Can't wait to see them. Riley Huckabee and Chloe Wolfenbarger is going to be pitching. They're both great. Had a great season. We're excited about seeing how far they can get us. Really and truly, there ain't nothing else this week. If you can, Wednesday, there's two places you got to be at Wednesday. If you can't be at South Commons at 5 o'clock for the girls softball, you need to be at Harris County's football field for flag football, supporting them girls. It's 2 games. There's going to be 3 total games, but 2 Harris County games with a tri-match. We'll play, I believe, Troop County at 5. Then there'll be a little bit of a break. The LaGrange and Troop will play. Then we'll play LaGrange or vice versa. It don't matter. We're going to go in there. We know what the goal is for the county. We got our goals laid out. We know what we got to get done. These are region games. We won 2 region games last week. Callaway and Kendrick, 52-0, 53-0. Just offense and defense. Flag football is 8-minute quarters. You're going to score 50 points. You can't do it with just offense. It takes 3 and outs. It takes turnovers. It takes special teams. So great job by the girls last week. Went to Smith Station, won on Thursday. And I ain't going to avoid what happened Monday. Lost at Pacelli. Close game, but lost at Pacelli. Then come through and, got up off the floor, answered back with the 2 big wins at Callaway. Came back the next night. So these girls played 3 dates, 5 games in 3 days, or 4 games in 3 days. One was a JV game. I had 2 JV games that we didn't even mention. So a lot of flag football was played last week. The girls got their legs up under them. They're ready to roll for region play, which next few weeks. Smith Station 26-12, jumping out 19-0 in just a couple minutes. They made some adjustments on us, kind of, stalemate for the rest of the game, and we got out there with a 26-12 win. But it rolls in next week. Can't wait for the flag football game Wednesday. And I'm hoping that, like I said, if you don't want to drive to Columbus, drive to Hamilton. Pack out the stadium. Tiger Stadium needs to be loud, needs to have people in there showing these girls support. Because, hey, we're trying to make our run for a state championship as well. And it starts with the winning region. So you get the seeding, and then it comes down to that all important coin toss because we know who's on our side of the bracket. We know who we need home field advantage over. So we're not on a bus for 3 hours going to games later in the playoffs. So that's all we're going to have this week. I appreciate everybody's support. Like I said, football season flew by, but, it started with Manchester, and we was able to pull that road game off. And then, we come home and you play Troup County and Carver. Then you go on the road to Doherty. And as the football team was going, the broadcaster and the production crew, we kind of grew with it. And we're like, hey, we can do this. We did Manchester. We can do these road games. And it made out to be phenomenal. Can't wait to see how far we can go next year as a production. But I can't wait to see how far Coach Watson and the boys go this year. His coaches have been phenomenal this year. Shout out to all the coaches. I know I did a little bit with the offensive coaches, defensive coaches. I had D-Rock on the coaches show a few weeks ago. Coach Wingard is an amazing asset to the football team, and then his asset to the defensive staff. Coach Mason with the linebackers, outside linebackers, I believe, does a great job with them. It's a whole, and then Coach Holbrook at defensive line is a phenomenal strength and conditioning coach, a teacher, educator he's great at, and then football coach, X's and O's. The dude's got it. Next big thing coaching wise coming up. I think if he wants to advance himself, but hey, he might just have that defensive line coach, strength and conditioning coach, because he's nailed that role. And we love some Coach Holbrook, as everybody does at the school. You heard the senior day when they call a kid out, 3 or 4 of them's favorite teacher was Coach Holbrook. So that's all we got this week. Be sure to be there Wednesday, either at South Commons or Tiger Stadium in Hamilton. And go Tigers.